Hello and welcome. My name is Jay Tower. I'm the board president for Open Circle. Back in February, my fellow board members and I recommended to the community that we explore the possibility of hiring a director and lead teacher at an 80% full-time level. We were looking for someone to help us go beyond phase 3, continuing with our currently established rhythm, as well as investing energy into expanding beyond our Sunday gatherings. Unfortunately, the reality of COVID-19 has changed some of those timelines and goals, and we did have a shortfall in meeting that 80% projected budget. We're also aware that there's a lot of uncertainty, and many people's situations have changed significantly and continue to change on a day-to-day basis. So while we were not able to meet that 80% aspirational goal, the financial generosity of the people in this community has been incredible. As a result, we do have the opportunity to move beyond phase 3, and we're very grateful for that. I would like to pass it now to Janet, who's going to describe a little bit more in detail about the new recommendation.
Hi, I'm Janet Stark. I'm the Vice President and Secretary of the Open Circle Board. So when we last met back in March, which feels like so much longer ago than just 2 months ago, I think many of us were feeling hopeful about what was continuing to emerge in our community, as well as the possibility that this work could continue beyond phase 3. As the reality of the pandemic set in, however, I, like probably many of you, was struggling to hold both the loss of our in-person gatherings as well as the likelihood that some of the plans that we had made for continuing beyond phase 3 might no longer be possible. And yet there was also very much this sense that now more than ever, this kind of restorative community that we have been so intentional about was needed more than ever. And so as a board, we returned to our virtual Zoom circle and began to reimagine the director and lead teacher position that we had recommended. We had many conversations. We gathered more data. We did numerous check-ins just to make sure that we were all still feeling good about the possibilities that we were imagining. And in the end, we came up with a new recommendation that we are excited to announce to you today. So the board is recommending that we still hire a director and lead teacher, but this time at 50%. This role, however, would be supported by an administrative program director. So the lead teacher and director would be our primary voice on our Sunday gatherings. They would be responsible for developing content and curating the Sunday experience. They would also be solidifying the programming and the processes that we've already started to put in place, as well as creating capacity for new programming and initiatives to move us beyond just our Sunday gatherings. And then together with the board, the director and lead teacher would be providing collaborative, bottom-up leadership and vision for our Open Circle community. So we told you in February when we met that our hope ideally was to be able to offer this position to Matt Laidlaw. And we are so grateful that Matt was still able to consider this role. And so the board offered the position to Matt, and he has accepted. And Matt will be starting in this position on June 1st with the plan to add a program coordinator in the near future. So we have made it very clear from our very first conversations about this new position that we're creating that this is not someone to do it for us. From the very beginning, we have said that Open Circle will be whatever we make of it. Our community will remain collective and collaborative. And so our community will not be what Matt Laidlaw makes of it as our new director and lead teacher. It will continue to be what all of us make it. Thank you.
Hello, My name is Adam Thompson, and I am the treasurer here on the board at Open Circle. All right, so where do we go from here? So on May 31 at 10 a.m., we are going to hold a live community Zoom gathering. It is at this meeting that we will be able to all officially welcome Matt into this position as a community. It will also be an opportunity to hear more specifics about Matt's position, about the program coordinator position, as well as how we can all be a part of help shaping this future for Open Circle and this next step for the community. As Janet mentioned, this has always been what we've all made it, and that will definitely remain true into the future. We will also do a live Q&A. So if any of you have any questions or feedback or thoughts on anything related to this transition, then this would be a really good opportunity to hear from all of you, and as well as answer any questions that you all might have about this. Also wanted to talk a bit about summer gatherings. So, last summer we did some kind of more informal gatherings at the Long Road and family picnics. It's our hope that we will be able to have some sort of in-person summer gatherings. We are continually monitoring all of the precautions recommended by the authorities, and what these gatherings look like will obviously depend on those precautions. But it's our hope that we will be able to have some sort of gathering at some point this summer, but we'll monitor that week by week and let you all know as that progresses. We'll also, in terms of once we are allowed to begin gathering again, we will be in conversation with other similar communities in terms of best practices, just to ensure that once we do begin gathering that everybody is safe and protected. In closing, we are all so excited about this transition, about Matt continuing to be able to bring his voice and experience and vision to this community, as he already has, but in an increased capacity. I think it was about 2.5 years ago that Matt and I began sitting down at coffee shops with just kind of idea about what a community might look like this. And just sort of sketching an outline. And it's been really interesting and exciting to see this community take shape over the last 2 years. And I think even more exciting to see this really important step into making this community much more sustainable, and I think opening up so much possibility for the future. And all of that is only possible through all of your generosity of time and presence and finances. So on behalf of the board, thank you all so much for everything you've given to this community. We are so excited to see where this goes and for the possibility that this opens up for all of us. So hope to see you at our online gathering May 31 at 10 a.m. Thank you all. Be well.